7, Camacho. Number 18, Ken Salado. Number 19, Tyler Teo. Number 20, Kenneth Duffin. Number 30, Gerald Lastimosa. Number 42, James Labut. Number 57, Alice Junicio. Number 65, Jen.
As we take a look at our referees here today, being Oliva, Marty, Montoya, Kenny, Halig, and si James Paez as we get going here.
Big time in their last game against Meralco.
Very big. Talking about the performance of Tyler Teo. We'll get the numbers in just a bit. Pero sumagot naman ang Magnolia Chicken Templados Hotshots.
On a 15% shooting from the field, so good start for him in his very first shot. He already made it.
Mark Baroka now trying to assist his friend Chavacano. That is a 3, stepping on the second arc.
They're starting here for their team, both from Zamboanga, and someone who will come off the bench is R.R. Garcia, also a hero in their hometown.
And ka-birthday niya po si Coach Tony Boy Espinosa.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday.
All right, so Mark Baroka.
I think they celebrated there.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm sure it must have been a great party. Sagot yan ni Mark Baroka, by the way. Not a lot of times do we actually see a team have 26 less attempts than the other and still win a ball game.
Right, and the reason is because of their accuracy. I've mentioned that at the top of our coverage, that the biggest difference maker is this guy. The tendency of the D is Jason Perkins. You must really watch him on offense.
Mark Baroka almost a turnover, saves the possession, and gets the floated fall. Asking for a pick from Ian Sangala. Baroka goes using his left, scoring on Jason Perkins, and that is one of the moves that we've seen here in the PBA over and over again. As long as Ian can get to his left, the ball typically goes in.
The most important thing.
That's not quite there for Tyler Teo as we go the other way. Mark Baroka running the break, unable to score. Ian Sanggalang keeping it alive. Here's Ian. Trying to get away, and he uses his strength to push away Jason.
So you just can see whether you do something good or not. He will just rotate. He will just change the composition of his 5 inside. The guy who's playing the longest is this man. And there is not much resistance on the interior defense of the Fuel Masters.
Jason Perkins now with the leather. And of the Kai Balungay and getting back to fall.
That is how strong this roster complement is for Coach Chito Victorero.
Oli open in the corner. That is typically the result.
Who can just score at will. That opens up a lot of scoring opportunities. Wide open shots for the guards.
And a crafty look there coming from R.R. Garcia. Quality undersized big men. The only problem is that they're undersized, Coach.
Right.
Oh, that's a great push shot from R. Garcia, who is feeling it here in Zamboanga City. Thought about it for a moment. As we see a drive and the kick out to Rome de la Rosa in the corner, wide open, and that's good.
He had so much time taking that one.
Here's Jason Perkins. Can also pass the rock very well, trying to back down Rome de la Rosa. And able to loop that shot over James Labut for the Magnolia Chicken Templados Hotshots and the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Coach, we were talking a while ago how it, at least from the points in the paint category, sabi niya that, you know what, he's just there to do his role, which is to do all the dirty things. And that's exactly the type of player that Coach Jamaica Carino wants. With a turnover here for Phoenix and a block from Simon Camacho. We were just talking about him. Pero naman si Paul Lee. Paul Lee, the spin. The emergency pass and the good finish coming from the Magnolia Hotshots. See, but a foul on the drive. Let's watch that again. So Paul Lee with a spin, a very pretty spin, runs into trouble, and the emergency pass to Zane Lucero was able to get to it.
Interesting.
They had a problem with containing the point of attack and were unable to stop any transition inside, as there's a foul of the 3-point shot. Very impressive offensive quarter here for Magnolia. For Phoenix, a bit lacking in the defensive end. Mark Baroka wants to lash. Oh, and what a stop from Camacho. Just stuffing Mark Baroka. 13 out of 23 for the Magnolia Hotshots.
Not bad for Phoenix percentage-wise. That is 9 out of 16 also for 56% of big basket to open up hostilities here in the second quarter.
Ian Sanggalang is insisting to Coach Jamaica that he should challenge it. Let's take a look at this again. Jason Perkins with a 3-ball straight away.
Beat basket.
And that's actually a question I want to ask basketball nerds out there. Should you count screen assists?
I think so. I think so.
Camacho. Rosa, very strange defensive sequences. He is known for mixing things up.
That's right.
On the defensive end.
You know, in college or even in high school basketball, you call it junk defense. And that is something that is causing a lot of confusion.
Well, it's always a great theater when it's Cabanueva against Jason Perkins. And that could be a screen assist, but Guy Malungay with the offensive rebound in the basket.
In this conference, just again making himself available for a possible putback 6-0 run for the Fuel Masters.
Oh, and ended by Zave Lucero.
Oh, such an enormous basket for the big man. And we've talked about his ability to shoot from the outside. His range for a big man is simply incredible.
And Misi getting away from the steal attempt. Wide open, Rome De La Rosa. Great find and great shot. 6-0 run a while ago for Phoenix. What about for Magnolia?
Down by just 2 points. And you know that their offense is clicking. They're playing great in terms of team offense. Cohesion is up there. But
Richie Rivero with the turnover as Paul Lee has it. Paul Lee almost... We thought that the transition 3 was coming, and Richie Rivero, I think, slipped twice in this possession. As Ian Sangalang takes it strong inside for a basket and one. Here's Paul Lee. Rome De La Rosa in the corner, and that one, miscommunication there. Richie Rivero taking strong inside, and that's a good finish from Richie. Sure. You know, Phoenix are one of the teams that really play all the way towards the end. It doesn't matter what the score is. They're going to try to win every single quarter. As Jerome Lastimosa unable to get going yet, and Paul Lee with an easy 2 after getting away from Rafi Verano.
That is a backbreaker. The defensive rebounds allowing multiple opportunities for Magnolia to score.
That's a great defensive stop there coming from Zave Lucero. Take a look at that again as this is a nice move here from Kai Malungay, but then stuffed there. And you're absolutely right, Coach. It's really the offensive rebounding that has let them down as Paul Lee gets the shooter's bounce.
A master in terms of using the ball screens, but where is he in tonight's ball game? 22 points in the previous one against Meralco, but only 4 tonight. But in terms of his maturity, you know him attacking the basket. Fuel Masters dodged a bullet that time. And we're looking for this guy as if telling me...
Going strong inside. Let's take a look at that again. May have gotten away with a little push right there on Lastimosa, but then not enough for an offensive foul. Tyler Tio, they answered the 6-0 run from Phoenix with a 6-0 run from themselves and really never looked back since then. And here's Rome De La Rosa taking strong inside. Another offensive rebound and a foul that will send Magnolia to the line. And that is in and out for the Magnolia Hotshots. Mark Barroco with the first attempt, and he gets it back. Now going back to Ian Sangalang working against Daves. There's Mark Barroca off the pick. Push shot, no good. Another offensive rebound. 3 opportunities here.
And now deflating is the situation. We just talked about the numbers. 14.
Here is Zave Lucero on the drive, handing off to Mark Barroca. He'll try a triple, and he'll get it. It's Mark Barroca now. On the break, Magnolia missing out here. They have the numbers advantage. Talking about Phoenix, can they take advantage though? Richie Rivero collapsing to Daves, and it falls kindly to Jason Perkins.
They have to do more up-tempo kind of basketball. They have to make sure they make multiple stops and execute the right way on the other side.
Well, they do have the advantage in terms of fast break points here, but only slightly, 7-2. As that's another good look there coming from Ian Sangalang. I don't think they'll be using it. Let's take a look at that again. Ian Sangalang on the interior. Good defense, better offense.
That's right. I mean, you did not allow him to go closer to the basket. There was no drop step, baseline for Ian Sangalang.
Hey, Ari Garcia, great find in the 2-man game. What a revelation he's been here for Phoenix, Coach Kai Malungay. It hasn't been the best of starts this conference for Phoenix, but Malungay has been a 58% clip for the Magnolia Hotshots, 11 of 19.
And a lot of three-pointers. And not only that, they're also now allowing a lot of perimeter jumpers off that floater. 5 points here in the third quarter to increase his total to 13 points.
Garcia trying to triple, he finally gets to go.
But for the Fuel Masters, they have to start making stops.
They have to, but then leaving Zave Lucero wide open.
the way Magnolia prepares against the defense of the Fuel Masters. If it's a zone, they have a certain attack. High-low play involving this guy right here on a high-low option, as if on Q. 3, they're 55%. Can you imagine them shooting better from 3 than from 2?
Zamboanga getting away. That was just so well done there by the Magnolia Chicken Templados hotshot. Let's take a look at this again. Paul Lee will play provider here. With Lucero being covered by Balongay. That was actually a good defensive stand from Kai. And Paul Lee driving strong inside against RJ Azul.
In front, no driving lanes for Paul Lee. He's not the same in terms of quickness.
Get into the free throw line, or at least find a way to the free throw line. We saw that against Meralco. Kai Balongay taking it strong. That's a big boy move. And again, we saw emotion from Kai Balongay. He does not like the position where they are at the moment. Oh, left wide open. And that's a basket and one.
They just know what to do. Defense was there. It was a double teaming scheme, which is correct. From the to his performance in their last game against Meralco, from 22 to 8, only on a 2 out of 7 shooting from the field.
Another offensive rebound was Mark Baroka. We always preach, you know, just you can't really rush things too much. You have to execute every single possession you get.
If they want to go off the ball, Save Lucero is there on cuts. 3-point shooting, 4-point shot, extra possessions, and now an unmolested basket. A clear manifestation that they're lacking good defensive schemes and good defensive communication because nobody was even there to guard De La Rosa. Successful is the ability of the coaches to sell whatever program they want and for the players to buy into it. And this is so special the way Magnolia is playing right now because you can just see their confidence level at an all-time high. They're just playing with a lot of confidence, energy, enthusiasm, and accuracy. So the freshness on the legs is still very obvious because of the rotation of Coach Chito Victorero.
Oh, Mark Baroka getting it done again. Hits the deck hard. Rebound. They have the numbers here. What can they do with it? Chamanganti taking in Sangalang inside, and Kai Balongay is there again.
And attorney Charlie Cuna is not happy.
That is true, Coach. As we see Jason Perkins drive inside and get to the hard way. And already hard at work, by the way, talking about that under-16 team. So good luck to all of the young Aguilas members. On the attack yet again against Rome De La Rosa. Putting that up, looking for the contact and the foul, but not getting it. And oh, Jason Perkins hits the deck. Peter Alfaro couldn't get it.
He's getting the minutes. He's still there inside. A treat for his hometown Kababayans.
And trying to make Coach Ryan's prediction formally correct of 110 points at least for Magnolia. As Ari Garcia gets a 3-pointer to trim it down to a 19-point lead.
It is a great gesture, a great promise by the PBA to make the PBA fans closer to you. It's not just you. This is a good thing that the PBA is going to do on a more consistent basis, just traveling. The PBA on tour was a staple historically for the PBA. Usually we do it every Saturday. And
well, anyway, we saw shots outside of Zamboanga City as well. That's the site that will greet our players after this game ends. As another 3-point basket for the Magnolia Hotshots. Escoto getting in and scoring action as well. As Ari Garcia trying to add on to his count here.
But what Coach Chito is doing is he's giving enough chances, enough playing time for his players to get used to playing in under the bright lights. Even Lapot.
They are not just top heavy. Everyone contributes. There are 5 players in double-digit scoring for this group as James Lapot gets another rebound here.
Will have a harder time competing against a top 4 who will have a twice-to-beat advantage. So the short goal for teams like Phoenix, who are languishing in the cellar right now, is to pile up as many wins as possible.
Just Peter Alfaro, Mark Baroka, R.R. Garcia, a great homecoming for our Chabacano players.